Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Capsule Cast. I am your gracious host today, Anthony, along with my co host, Destiny.
Hi.
Jeez, made me wait for that one. And today we have a very special episode. It is week 12, and this week was a week full of dominance and, some surprises, some upsets. So, Destiny, how you feeling?
Uh, I'm feeling okay going into this week. Got a build that worked, but this week was certainly something to watch, considering how few teams I thought would win didn't win, and was a certain team brought in a FA, and it apparently did really well.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Do you want to start this week off? Start off with match one?
Sure.
All right, let's go. We got match one. We got Cold Kingdom versus the 2021 champions, Royals. Cold Kingdom 8-4, Royals 7-5.
Our
This
first
was a
divisional of the
divisional.
week.
Yup. This match was actually pretty swingy. It was in Cold's favor basically almost the whole time. King Cold destroyed Meta Cooler. Cooler kind of messed up though, but Frieza came in and made sure Slug only did like 6K this week. Mecha did pretty good against MV. Like he took him out without much trouble, but King Vegeta turning ape just brought it back and they won. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel bad for Cold on this one. It felt like it should have been, they were firing on all cylinders, but Cooler and Mecha kind of let them down in certain aspects. Royals obviously a scary team if you slack. Poor Slug got fucked up. How you feeling about this match though, Destiny? It was pretty entertaining.
This is like the only match I was not here for during the watch party. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I did want. I also didn't mind if either team won this. I thought, considering who Royals was going to bench here, it's kind of obvious that was going to be Tam.
Yeah.
That that Cold would like take that opportunity, be the aggressors, and like go in. But considering how I tapped in when this match was nearly over and saw that for all that happened, it ended really close with like a bar difference.
Yeah,
So
and this isn't a bad lineup for Cold either. I don't know what happened with Cooler this week. He just kind of,
bad matchup,
he
I
just
say.
wasn't on it. Probably he just wasn't on it.
I mean,
Mm,
when you put a defense -1 versus a bunch of spam, and that spam consistently hits, it's kind of hard to get back into it.
that is true. That is true. Also, divisionals are kind of weird with boosts and all, so it's kind of hard to gauge
Mhm.
how they're gonna match up in playoffs. Because that's a whole different beast right there. And East Kai is still pretty competitive. I'm buys haven't been decided yet. Heck, even playoffs haven't been decided yet. Because
Now,
you know, huh?
we'll get to the reason why that is later.
Yes. Mm, I like both these teams. They're very strong, and I'm facing Cold in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Hmm.
So you know, I got a little plan for them. You got any thoughts about these teams, Destiny?
These are. I just think these are like two teams that can make it
Mm-hmm.
still, and even though East Kai is not fully decided yet, but considering two teams that the two teams that we have here, and considering what their rosters are, I think these two will be like one of these two will be the bye week, and the other one will be like basically the team under them that almost got the bye week.
Mm. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, this was a pretty cut and dry match. I don't have much to say.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck to both these teams, and your futures seem pretty bright, honestly. So I'm ready to move on to match two. What about you, Destiny?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go on back to match two. We got Kaiju versus Rugrats. 9-3, 5-7. Kaiju had the home map, so they had had a good chance for ape transformations, which did occur. It started out with adult or scouter?
Mm-hmm.
Scouter. Scouter versus Goten. That didn't go so well. And then after that, it was just the Nappa show. He just came in and kind of wrecked the rest of Rugrats. It was pretty bad, honestly. I felt bad for Rugrats. They've been kind of struggling this season. Their fusions haven't really been working out too well, and unfortunately, Aurelie just didn't pick up the slack this match. So Junior tried, but when you're fighting these four beasts on the left here, it's kind of hard. Their record's 9-3 for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Kaiju is super strong this season. I am
Oh,
not. Hmm?
for all the reasons you wouldn't think. It's not because of their FA.
No, it's the rest of their team. Nappa's the number one in the league. I still think he is. I think he did like 80K
He
this
did
match. So
he did very good, and they basically won in with a
yeah,
character lead because it was just like what, one bar of Kid Trunks versus nearly all of Bardock and all of Adult.
yeah, it was just insane. I don't know, man. I don't want to fight Kaiju in the playoffs. I don't know about you. Rugrats, they are in the middle of the pack right now in West Kai. They're kind of mm, hovering and are doing good because Derp and Budokai have not been very successful, while hybrids have been very, very successful. So it's kind of like, yeah, you're in, but you have to be careful about playoffs, specifically for hybrids, because they're the guys to beat, right? In terms of Kaiju,
Hmm.
South Kai all around is pretty tough. Androids is not a good matchup for them, just in terms of history. If they're fighting Sentai or Cinema, I think they can make some noise, honestly. I don't really
Uh,
see a weak Turles might be a weak link, but
what is it? Their final divisional will be versus Cinema, which is in 2 weeks.
yes. So we're gonna see how that shakes out. But in playoff time, 5 man, I don't know who's stacking up to these guys. They're pretty strong.
Yeah, you don't know who's stacked up to you guys. Even with your team, okay, that's saying something.
Oh no, I mean I'm gonna beat them, but I'm gassing them up right now.
No,
It's their
no,
time to
no, no,
shine. I
no,
can't.
no. You didn't.
I'm
No,
not
you
gonna
you
hate
didn't.
on them on
No, no,
this.
no. You didn't say your team.
I said we gave them a bad matchup, just history wise, in this season and in past seasons.
Okay,
We're just a
okay.
bad matchup for
Maybe I
them.
just misheard. But
Mm-mm.
honestly, I say if you're Rugrats, just while this loss is pretty devastating, losing basically by two characters, uh, take this as just maybe some of your people just got unlucky with matchups, or Kaiju heavily improved theirs while you're still trying to improve with yours.
True. I think it's also might be time to make some moves loan wise. Maybe try out some new characters. I don't know. You still got some drop ads. Chi Chi's still there. She might not be the most flashy character, but she might do some work for you. I don't know. Something to think about. You ready to move on to match three? I know I'm impatient. I just like talking about my team.
Sure.
All right, let's go. Match three: RW versus the Androids. RW's 3-9. Androids are 9-3. That's funny. Uh, this match started off with Cell versus Maju. This was the toughest part of the match, in my opinion. This would have not decided it, but would have made it harder for us to win if
I
Cell
think,
didn't beat Maju.
or I think if Cell wasn't as dodgy as he was.
Well, yeah, that's why we put him up front. Because 16, if he was up front, he doesn't have very many dodge
Well,
options.
yeah, but 16 could also just been in Maju's face because Maju kind of needs some key.
Kinda, but if he wasn't in Majub's face for all that time, Majub just kind of spams him down. Whereas Cell can afford to not be in his face constantly because he has wild sense and he's just an active charger. So he just does a lot of things for guys like Majub better than 16 can. And that's how we let
Fair.
him up front. He did his thing, and Vegeta came in, was not super shocked, but also pretty shocked at how good Cell is. Uh, just beats up and Vegeta basically 16 comes in, takes him out. Yajirobe proving to be a formidable opponent for 16, in my opinion, purely because he gets power body in max
Oh,
power mode, and he is a max power mode machine. So it's kind of hard for 16 to do what he likes when he can't stun you with a knee and then grab you and then do his little combo. So it's kind of hard for him to do that. But after that, Tapion comes in and cleans up Yajirobe, cleans up Bader, goes into Harugan for like half a second, throws him, and then that's it. So pretty decent all around. How you feel about this match, these teams, personally?
uh, I just feel like RW needs to maybe switch around a few builds again. Because it seems that at least not all the, or just switch around some AIs. Because it seems like not all their characters are doing exactly what they're always built for.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that, this week you kind of could say the reverse because Majub and Vegeta were spamming. They were just being dodged. Well,
Yeah.
for you guys on Androids, like, no really surprise, like, Cell 16, and then one of your other characters just kind of ran through a team. I'm sorry, but it's like, I'm gonna be honest, your team's not really entertaining to watch.
Whoa. I disagree, but different strokes for different folks, I guess. I think we're pretty fun to watch, especially when Cell's doing really well.
Yeah, but that's just different opinions.
I suppose. I feel bad for RW. They're gonna have a tough time coming back, especially since they lost all three of their divisionals. So they might be out this season, but they have a lot of options next season as well. Loans, trades, pickups. People are gonna come to them with a lot of stuff. So hopefully they bounce back next season. And hey, there's still a chance they can make it in because Bujins are just one win ahead of them, so it's not that much.
Well, you say that, but they're also the div one ahead of them too. So they have to technically get over Mugens.
True, but winning two matches and them losing two matches is not the most insane thing in the world.
Not the most insane thing. It is possible, yes.
Speaking of Bujins, you want to move on to their match? Since my matches are so boring. This is pretty entertaining though, the Bujins match.
Sure. I just had to close my window because people are mowing. Anyway.
Okay. I guess we'll move on to the next match. Bujins versus Hybrids. Bujins 4-8. Hybrids are now 10-2. Honestly, not a good look for Bujins. Hybrids, this is their weakest lineup, literally.
Literally.
They
They
benched both.
they benched Teen and FA benched Ultimate.
Like it can't go any lower than this. They literally picked up a
And
character
they're
they haven't
and
used all season.
the person that they FA benched all season did really well.
Yeah, Kid Gohan really popped off.
Would you
Future kind of sucked,
yeah,
but even
would you believe us if we said Future was the worst character this match?
yeah, Future's the worst. Nam and Kid really just gave Spope, Buhan, and Majin Buu the business. Evil Boo came in and he did his thing. He made it presentable. But if I'm Bujins, I gotta feel kind of weird about playoffs now, considering how my Kai's looking and just how temperamental my character seemed to be this season. Because I don't know what happened to Buhan, and Majin Buu was supposed to be the guy's like go-to, and now Evil Boo's doing good. It's just like a whole mess. And hybrids, it just seems like they can't lose even if they want to. They just, I don't know. This season is just perfect for them. Everything's just going right. They're just getting off what they need to.
Well, you say going
Now,
right, but I'm pretty sure if everything was going right, Future wouldn't have died this match.
I mean, I doubt they care. A W's a W, and Kid Gohan's looking nice. So, if anything, that's just another option for them. So, I don't think they cared that Future had a bad match this match, because usually he's pretty okay. in terms of just being a 40K guy
Well, I think
because
it's
they don't need
still
him to be an elite guy. They got two of
no,
those right there.
no. That's not what I was on about. Like, I don't think they would mind if it wasn't like Future lost to a character with 1.5 bars and he was full and he got killed without doing much damage.
Sure, no, it was a bad performance. But if I'm hybrids, I don't care too much because Kid Gohan did good and Nam did good. So it's like when playoff time comes, Future can just like hang out because Teen Ultimate are gonna carry, Sword's gonna do his thing. It could be Kid or Nam or both, and Future can be out or Future can be in. And it's either or Kid or Nam. That's a honestly, I don't know. That's a pretty good deal, in my opinion. They're gonna be scary come playoff time. I don't know.
Mm.
And Bujins, next season, I think you're gonna get a nice FA. Obviously, you're gonna get some Zenny. I think you gotta look into Bobbity, man, or a different form of Boo, or both. It's just some,
I
I don't know.
I think they got plans next season.
I think so. I don't think Spope is the one though. I think Spope is kind of holding you back a little bit. I think he makes your problems worse than they are. When everyone's working okay, he looks okay. He looks like decent. But when no one's working, he kind of shines out as like, well, not really like it's like when everybody on my team sucks. 19 kind of stands out because it's like, man, you really don't do anything. But when everybody's good, you don't really care about 19. He's just there.
Yeah, that's fair.
You want to move on to match 5 or 4? No, this is 5. Yep, match
Yeah,
5.
this is match 5.
Yeah, the next one's match 5.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Move on.
go. We got match 5, the second divisional, or I guess the last divisional, how you phrase it. GT versus Namek. Both 5-7, but GT's ahead because they just beat them in the divisional. This was huge for GT. Going like 0-5, 0-6 or something crazy. Coming back. They are in playoffs now, technically, with
They
Grandpa Gohan
they
being one
are
of their
in
best.
contention for playoffs.
Well, I mean, if the season stopped now, they are in that's what I mean. Technically, they are.
Yes. But you never know.
Grandpa Gohan being one of their best is something I could not have told you. He is a sharpshooter with the Kamehamehas. Um,
Didn't miss a single one
yeah,
this week, by the way.
yeah. I mean, it. I get flabbergasted when I see Grandpa Gohan just hanging out with the villains slash I guess Vegeta GT just hanging. It's pretty funny. Namek, I don't know what's happening. You did have to bench late, which it is rough.
I'm
You
pretty.
are bench
I'm pretty.
locked now.
Actually, I am pretty sure they benched late because they forgot this was a divisional.
Oh wait, no, they benched early. So dumb.
No, they benched late this week.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they benched late this week.
I
I
think they benched.
I know because I had to
I
go
thought
in and
early.
check
Oh,
the
late
benches.
had two. I thought early needed two, but it was late that needed two benches. So
No, yeah,
now they're bench locked.
yeah.
Okay. Well, so what happens when you gotta.
It's just
They kind of came in hard in the season, not benching their good characters, and now it's kind of biting them in the butt. Now they have to bench them when they need them most, basically. So now they're bench locked, and if they needed him week 15, he's not going to be in. It's going to be kind of scary. There's
right.
only so many matches left in the season.
I mean, they can have late week 15. They can just bench late week 14.
Yeah, I guess.
They just
But
can't
aren't
bench. They can't just bench late week 13.
yes. Okay.
Like you're confusing
Well,
this cast with next week.
yes, yeah. I'm a week ahead
But
already,
yeah,
guys. I'm ready for playoffs.
but either way was an outstanding performance from GT. Vegeta
Good
did
fire.
Vegeta did really well. Both technically both Vegetas.
They
Uh,
did. Sin did
Grand
his thing.
Grandpa did extremely well hitting these Kamehamehas. Namek.
Nuova tried his
No,
best,
no,
but
Nova tried early. I think got really bad matchup because while he did win a beam clash against Vegeta, he wasn't able to do anything else.
no.
Also,
King and Sin went even, so that's okay.
King did not fight Sin at all.
Who fought Sin at the beginning? Nail?
Sin did not. What Sin was not the starter.
Am I thinking last week?
You're
I'm
thinking
like,
last week.
I'm on three different timelines right
The
now,
main
guys.
the
I'm
main
so
reason why
sorry.
I remember the start is because to finish off each other, Baby and King Piccolo did an ult beam clash.
That's right. I've been
Also, Sin had
paying
Savior
too much
this week, so he
attention to
couldn't have been the
GT.
starter.
He had save?
Yeah, he had Savior.
His ult is so bad.
I don't think they do it just for his. I don't think they do it for Sin's ult.
He only has like one good B2, I guess. Yeah, okay, sure.
No, he has two. He has two decent B2s in.
I mean, Super Trap Shooter is not that good.
I would no. I'm saying decent because Sin actually uses his trap shooter really well.
I suppose. Yeah. I wouldn't put Savior on him, but I guess. They're winning, so I don't know.
But I mean
They got Grandpa
I
going
mean they
hard.
won the match, so obviously they did something.
Yeah, something.
Anyway,
Uh,
uh,
East guy's gonna be interesting.
yeah. Also, with GT winning the divisional against Namek, Cold is no longer secured into playoffs. Cold can now be knocked out if either if Namek wins if Namek wins all three next week
And
and
GT win all three,
oh
and
no
then
no
Cole lose all three.
not if GT wins all three. If Namek wins all three, Cold loses all three. Actually no, yeah. If GT,
If
Namek,
GT and Namek
and
go 8-7, with Cold going 8-7, there'll
it
be a
will
three-way
it'll
circle.
be a three-way tie, and whichever team has the most damage will,
Yeah,
I guess, be in. Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, my
So
brain is going burr.
it's highly unlikely considering two teams have to like win every match and Cold has to lose every match. So highly doubtful, but it could happen. They're not confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So East Kai is pretty scary. Not scary as South Kai in my opinion, but it's pretty freaking scary. I wouldn't want to be there. Uh those are my thoughts on that. Congrats GT. Feels bad Namek. Hopefully both of you have good futures ahead of you. I'm ready to move on to match 6. What about you?
I am ready to move on as well. We're having a pretty quick one here. Funny enough.
Hey man, when it's all domination battles and like the stream is
So
pretty quick too. I'm not gonna lie.
speaking of domination.
Yeah, this was not fun for Budokai there.
Oh well, this was
Trunks
fine at the start. And after the starter, it kind of went downhill.
Videl, when you're fighting Trunks, yeah, it happens.
I mean, Videl brought Trunks down to a bar.
True. It was good performance for her. Then Trunks reverted,
Oh
hit
no
the
no.
wild
Oh no no
sense.
no no. I can do a play by play here for you.
All right, you got it. You
Trunks
got it.
beat Videl with a bar remaining. Vegito came in. Vegito did not punch Trunks to death. Trunks reverted, did a wild sense. He wild sensed Vegito's B2. He got hit by one part of it, so it did like negligible damage. Then he he went to max power, got another blast stock, went to Super Saiyan. Then he basically threw a Ki Blast at Vegito, ulted Vegito, transformed into his Mega Buff form, and then tagged.
Yes, and then Bojack came in.
Uh,
Too much.
either Raccoon. No, either Raccoon.
No, Raccoon did not hit the field. It was Bojack.
No, no,
Bojack
no,
kind of
no,
got
no.
his.
Raccoon hit the field. Raccoon did hit the field.
Oh, he did do. Yeah. I remember. I thought it was Bojack first, because then he
It, it,
transformed.
no, it was either one of them, but either way, they both got slapped.
Yeah, they both got slapped by 18.
And then
And Garlic came in, finished off.
Garlic came in,
Finished
finished
off.
off 8. Actually, wait. I think Raccoon may have tagged, but either way, either Garlic or Raccoon tagged. But either way, you want to know how this match ended?
Hmm.
Trunks came back in through a finish buster.
He did.
So we did technically get to see all of Trunks' forms do
all
something.
Trunks 4. Oh, this
I
match.
think this is like the first time in Muscle League history that he did all of his forms in one match.
I honestly believe that. Muscle just showing they don't need Broly this season. Yes, the record's not as good as last season, but they still have some standout players in Trunks, and Garlic's proving to be good spam. Bojack, honestly, pretty bad matchup. Until he transformed, he really kicked it off. His AI clicked there. Raccoon, hidden potential. Obviously, this season is
Is
not
it?
his best season, but I feel something's coming for him.
I feel like Trunks and 13, they're still fine. Bojack is primarily just being a bit cucked here because of the fact that either he gets the EL build for a week or he doesn't get the EL build because of 13 and
Mm-hmm.
Garlic being both having to transform.
True.
And they're both health transformations.
It does hurt him to not be able to run that, but that is a sacrifice you make by having so many, by being on Muscle.
Or no, just by healing transformations not being able to turn them off.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's kind of, let's see, about these
Budokai's at the bottom of their division right now.
They lost to Dirt, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So they're at the
yes,
bottom.
they're at the bottom. And then Muscle is near the top.
Yes, they're
near the top. I'm not saying at the top because I don't know.
I think they are at the top. I think they beat ED.
Oh no, yeah, they actually they beat ED because of the Trunks 13 performance last week. Anyway.
Yep. Oh, they definitely are at the top now.
Though I will say, it is still very hard to tell who's going to make it in for North Kai, or at least I think Muscle cannot be knocked out of playoffs.
No.
I think. Who knows?
Because they lose? No, RW lost to them. So even if they lose twice,
I think the only divisional they lost was Bujin's.
They can still be knocked out because they can lose 3 times and RW can win 3 times, and like there are ways they can get knocked out.
So it's basically the same reason as whole cold Namek GT fiasco.
So next week will kind of decide a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and then Budokai, they can still make it into playoffs. Because there is definitely no way no one on West Kai is getting the bye week, considering the lowest after hybrids is 5 and 7. And we only have 3 weeks remaining. So.
Yep. So it's for getting out, it's anyone's game in West Kai. They're all like either tied or a win out from each other. So anybody's game there.
For North Kai, it's just a whole jumbled mess up there.
Yeah, 2 5 and 7s, 1 4 and 8, 1 3.
By the way, I'm pretty sure if every North Kai team wins in these next 3 weeks, all of them will still have a negative record. Actually, no, wait, no. ED and
Muscle can be 8 and 7.
And then Bujin's will, I think, be tied for their record.
Yeah,
only RW will still be at a negative. But that is still like something
not good.
Like barely being positive.
So, good luck to both these teams. You're still in it, obviously. Muscle, you're in it. And Budokai, no reason to look down now. 18's looking nice, so not everything's bad. Vidal's looking okay. You still got a lot of potential.
Yeah,
And ready to move on
Vidal's
now.
looking good. Think you're just oh my Discord wanted to pull up for a moment.
Uh-oh.
No, we're fine. We're fine. Uh, what is it? What was I gonna say? Yeah, Vidal still looking fine. Vegito, I think it's been beyond time for a build change, but to be fair, your team is mostly spammers. Kind of need that melee. 18. I don't know. 'Cause, like, there's weeks where 18 can literally destroy characters, still lose, or destroy characters and win. And then there's weeks where 18 just doesn't do anything, and then they still either win or lose. I don't know.
True. No,
It,
I get
it,
it.
it, it it's something over there at Budokai. But with
Hey,
that, shall we get moving on to Le Match 7?
I'm ready for match 7. We have
I should have done that for match 8 instead, and not this one.
we had les Earth Defenders versus les Sentai Squad. Earth Defenders is
Earth Defenders
I
won
wish
this.
I knew French numbers. They did. Earth Defenders are 5-6. Sentai is 6-6 or 5-7. Whew. Sentai is 6-6. And honestly, I hate saying this every time. Krillin not even losing a bar to say a woman. In my opinion, it's pretty clear what's happening on Sentai. They're kind of slipping. This has been their worst performance in the entire season, in my opinion. Say a woman's kind of the reason, because they went into this basically with a 3v4. Krillin looked like the GOAT. He beat up Say a Woman and kind of Jiren too. Say a Man didn't really do much. I don't remember Tao doing that much either. Like, it was really bad. I felt really bad. Tien didn't even hit the field, did he?
Yeah, no, TN did not hit the field.
Yeah, this was just rough for Sentai, and unfortunately, they're at the bottom of the league now. With the guy,
Yes.
the guy.
Yes, because of their record and not the fact that they haven't won any divisionals, because they did win a divisional. Uh,
Yep. But the record is, holding them back, and
yep,
hopefully they pick it up. Not week 14, but maybe next week. Hopefully they pick it up. And
potentially.
ED is looking a little more stable now than they did in a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, Tien and Krillin and everybody was just kind of.
If I remember correctly, they won versus Bujins. I think Bujins only beat RW and Muscle,
Yep.
and because I know Bujins only won 2 divs.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost to Muscle, and I think they beat.
RW lost all three, so yeah,
Yeah,
all three of
RW
them.
lost all 3. So technically, Earth Defenders is in a really good spot, even though it can still end up the same way like how we were talking about for the last one.
Mm-hmm. I, mm, I feel bad for Sentai. They got buffs. They got a character. They have a good record. It's just the division they're in is very, very, very tough right now. So even with the 6-6 record, which would be at the top of North Kai, it just unfortunately you hate to see it. Team like that, it'd be nice for them to get the playoffs. They still have a chance though. It's far from over. They win once or twice, Cinema loses once or twice, they're still in playoffs, right? So
Mm.
hopefully this doesn't, bring your head down, and hopefully if you do make it to playoffs, you can bring Jace back in and integrate him back in. That's what I would do personally. Just try to find your footing there.
'Cause it seems like it's a
And
little too late for the whole say a woman thing.
yeah, maybe next season, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And for ED, Muscle's going to be your biggest competition, in my opinion. So as long as you feel like you're prepared for them, I can easily see ED making it through, though. Like Muscle has a bad match or two. ED just finds a way to take the dubs. That's it's not impossible to see them making it out of North Kai. So both these teams high potential, and you know I I feel good about Sentai. So hopefully that carries over into playoffs. How do you
Hmm.
feel?
Well, personally, Sentai is literally the only reason why I am even third in the Kai right now. So
Hmm.
either kind of need Sentai to lose more, even though I want their team to do well. ED. Well, I think Sentai would be doing better if they just either had Jason for either Say Woman or Tao. I still
Hmm.
find it weird. With ED, I think it's like they're finally starting to find things that work for their characters, because this is the second week in a row Tien has not had to be in.
True.
Actually, no, wait. North Kai Divisions was last week, wasn't it? Not
Yes.
this was not the second week in a row where Tien had not been, because they lost last week. This is the second week in like the last 5 where Tien has not had to come out.
He's kind of been a weaker link in the chain. Surprisingly, he's usually consistent as
He's
hell.
usually like either ED second or strongest.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's a weird season, I guess. Uh, I
Well,
said all I had to say about these teams. I wish them both luck.
yeah,
All right. I know you're ready for this match, though, Dustin. You've been looking forward to
kind
this.
kind of.
Let's go to match 8, where it's
Guess I think something
Team
different.
IMAX Theater,
There we
because
go.
you won. Team IMAX Theater versus Team Derp. Cinema's actually 5-7. Derp is 4-8, but that's
I
okay.
thought that changed. I thought I
It's
changed
fine.
that.
It's fine. You didn't want to. It's a draw. It's a draw. We get.
No, no.
Why don't you give me the breakdown this match? I
Al-
know you remember it pretty
Also,
vividly.
technically, my team would be 7-5 because we're above Sentai, not 5-7.
Oh yeah. How did? Whoa. What happened? You
Uh,
you gave yourself a couple losses, but.
don't pay attention to the score right now, please.
All right. Well, how about you make it? You give us the play-by-play, since I know you
Uh,
remember.
Pycon did really well, took out Kui, with not much, with like a little decent chunk of. Actually, no, what? No, yeah, a decent amount of health left, because as soon as Hercule came in, Hercule won a clash, and then Mr. booed him, and he didn't die.
Yeah.
And then Pycon did like about 2 to almost 3 bars of Hercule. Broly came in, took 3 present bombs before he killed Hercule and ulted Supreme Kai and then died.
A lot of present bomb action there.
Zingaya did a lot of overkill. A lot of overkill.
True.
Because she ulted Supreme Kai when he had like no health. And
Gogeta kind of dropping the ball though.
go. I mean, Gogeta won us the match.
True, but
Sometimes,
Salza didn't.
I mean, also Salsa didn't have as much health remaining.
Yeah, it was. I was scared. It could have. It was closer than I thought it should be.
I think the only reason why it was even that close was because I do not like Hercule's False Courage / Present Bomb combo, and I will say this
It's
till
a
the end of
nasty
time.
one, and I feel bad for Rugrats next week because it's gonna be rough.
Oh yeah, but there's boost, so character could break or no, but who knows.
True.
Anyway, at least going to my opinion about this, obviously I want my team to at least make it to playoffs. This would be our first year in playoffs since we were
No.
a thing. Yes, no, actually no, yeah. It would.
Yeah, we
I
were in
want, I,
2020.
I want us to make more than just the 3 rounds.
Hey man, it's better than Sentai. Sentai's never made it, so
That is true. What is it? Derp. I don't think Derp's made it that. At least since the new league stuff.
no, they've made it. They were third place.
Since the new league stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they
They
placed.
fought Bujin.
Dude, I can't remember things from like a year or two ago. COVID happened, and yeah,
Yeah, they fought last year. They fought Bujins. Bujins are second, and
I
then they
I
lost.
I I I can think. But anyway,
Or they fought ED. Sorry.
no,
Not
yeah,
Bujin.
they fought Edie. No, what? No, they didn't. Did they?
I mean, Bujins fought Royals, so therefore,
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Is it, the brain do be going
I
burr,
understand, bro.
but yeah, I think Derp can at least make it into playoffs and probably go decently far considering their team.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we didn't really see them try versus hybrids. I think if they have a 5-man and they tried, like, they could technically beat hybrids. They have the burst to do it. They have
Hercule
the
is there. Doria is there.
Hercules there, Doria's there. Salza still looking decent.
Solid. Yeah.
Kind of still struggles versus EL users, but Supreme
You can
Kai
spam
been
down
looking
ultimate
okay.
and team. That'll work.
Supreme Kai been looking okay. Quee's still a decent starter. But
Yeah.
anyway, moving on to your thoughts of this match, because yeah.
This match kind of went about how I expected. Last week I said Derp had a chance. This was their chance, and to be fair, they got pretty close. Hercule did what I thought he would do, just not as effectively. But the present bomb spam is real, and it is scary, and it will crush your team if you let it. It's not fair. It's not fun, but you have to deal with it, and that's just the truth. Uh, Cinema is a very strong team. They made some interesting decisions this season, and I think Broly has paid off for them. I was a doubter. I'm a believer now. Zangia, I was always a believer. I knew her power.
I know the
Uh,
fact that she's consistent, not the fact that she is
I knew she
a
was the
great
true.
character.
She's the true strongest character on your team. Pycon, new build, looking good. Gogeta hopefully becomes a little more dominant. He doesn't let the Salsa thing happen to him again. Because in playoffs, that is kind of detrimental. You don't want to have a guy who takes that long to kill somebody, in my opinion. But if
That's
that's
why we
your
built Gogeta the way he is.
fair, and if that's the biggest criticism, that means your team's pretty good, in my opinion. I think all the South Cat teams are pretty good, actually. And, you know, Derp is not at the bottom of West Kai and could easily just make the playoffs. And, they have avenues to make it to hybrids at least. I'm not saying Rugrats will be pushovers, but it's not impossible to say Derp could beat them. So, they're not like first round exits or anything like that. They were third place last year, so I mean something. Cinema can make it if androids get the bye week and they fight Kaiju. That's a 50-50 in my eyes. Like
Uh,
it depends. That could go either way.
yeah, because while Kaiju is doing well right now, it depends on who they have to bench, who goes ape, and who does well in ape. Considering how a lot of my team either has the spam to deal with the characters or has the innate power body breaker.
I think it depends on how Bardock, Adult Haunt, like they have so much
That
burst,
that
surprising amount of burst that it's just
that's
like
why I said it. I think it has to consider who they're benching.
yeah.
Anyway,
If you guys fight Sentai,
wait, we
I give you
we
the edge, but
uh,
it's not like a
we
crazy
already
edge.
fought Sentai and we lost.
Oh, I mean in a 5-man bracket. I mean,
Oh, in a 5-man.
yeah, in playoffs.
We
I'm
could
talking
still
about
be
if you
fighting
guys fight
you
in
as
playoffs,
well.
it'll
Kaiju
be
could just come up and sweep a playoff or a bye week from under you. You still have
I don't think so,
you
but
still have kind of
I
tough
get.
ones.
I don't think so, but
And
I understand where you're coming from. Yeah,
yeah, like you had. I mean, you just have to consider every possibility.
yeah. I get. If we fight you, I think we're gonna win in a 5-man.
In a 5-man, potentially, yes.
I think, yeah.
But that also depends on who's the 5-man.
Well, I mean, you know who my 5 is. guys. It's not a secret. 19's not going to be in. So I don't
Um,
know about
um,
you guys.
unless you're just throwing me in for a loop.
No, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not playing 5D chess right now. I'm playing checkers, dog.
No, 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 no. You're playing. No, you're playing checkers. I'm over here playing 7D chess. What do you mean?
Well, you can do it by yourself, and I'm kinging right now. Anyway,
Having fun with that checkerboard over there.
hey, I'm chilling. Let's go to power rankings and tier maker.
Yeah, yeah. I did.
The power rankings.
I got the right ones this time.
The power
All
rankings
it
are.
took was for me to mess up the fucking one things.
Hey, we learn from our mistakes every day.
It's
Power
true.
rankings, folks. These pretty much how it's gonna be from now on. Slight changes in the middle, obviously, as teams win and lose. But the top and the bottom are pretty much gonna stay the same. Hybrids, androids, kaiju, royals. That's probably gonna be about the same. Or cold, royals cold can flip. At the bottom, you got RW, Dur, Budokai. It's probably gonna be about the same. When it comes, the power rankings are interesting. The beginning of the season, they fluctuate so much, and by the end, it gets pretty stagnant. And that's kind of how it works. The points, some people may agree or disagree just by the number of them, but I think placement wise, this is correct in the sense of like scariest team to, least scariest team, in my opinion. You may think differently. I don't know. Do you agree with your placement on the power rankings?
I just realized I moved down a placement because I did not. I only won a match, and the person above me won a.
A divisional, so it
Yeah.
mattered more, I guess.
I mean, technically they should have 3 points then.
Well, they had, tell me that, 0, and they won divisional win, so +2. And
N-
Namek's not higher than
No, no,
them,
no.
so.
Because technically it would be a win plus a divisional win.
No, 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 no. Divisional wins are just +2. They don't count both.
That's really weird.
Well, because it's a win is +1, divisional win is +2, but it doesn't stack. But a win versus a higher rank was, so if Namek was above them, then they would get 3 points. But Namek wasn't above them.
I mean, I mean that's fair. It's just kind of weird looking on it at first sight. But anyway, uh,
Like you don't
I
get
feel like that
minus
kind of makes sense where my
6
team
points
should
for
be.
the divisional.
But anyway, looking at a tier list over here. There's a lot
Yes,
of
the
people
tier
at the
list.
bottom that should not be at the bottom.
Yeah, there's some weirdos. You got a Rayleigh 16, Vegito, Kui.
Say, man.
Say a man. That's a crazy
Slug.
one. He got ulted to death. That makes sense. Say a
I
woman
no, I mean,
should
but
be
you
down.
wouldn't think they'd be at the bottom.
True, true, true. Buhan is there, which is always weird.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys won without having Super 17 in, yeah.
Yep, he did
And
not hit
then
the
if you
field.
look up near the top there, you have
Grandpa Gohan, his
with
two
two
sons,
with two
Vegeta and Vegeta.
you being surpassed by a Vegeta and then Hercule.
The big Tap and Cell carrying the top with Nappa 18. The usual elite squad.
But
Krillin,
but
Pycon, Evil
wait
Bee,
wait wait
Tapion.
wait wait but yeah, Tapion's not on the upper one. You can't say carry because Cell did more.
Well, I mean, Cell was out first. It wasn't much to do. They
No,
both got like two
I
characters,
hear
okay?
no, I see a certain trend. There's 2 Trunkses up there.
True.
There's a lot of Vegeta family in the top half.
Listen, Vegeta and his offspring are very strong in these games. Trunks has no bad forms in this
Then,
game.
funny enough, the only Trunks that isn't up there is Kid.
Yeah, yeah. But usually Kid Trunks is like a top 5 character, right?
Not because Kid Trunks is like a bad character. He just kind of got outperformed this week.
Yeah. But if you were to look at all the Trunks in this game, there isn't a
Mhm.
bad Trunks in this game. Like all three are great.
Yeah.
Like I would take all three in a TOP setting if I could. Most of the Vegetas are really good. The only subpar one, at least compared to the others, is probably King. And if that's a subpar one, I don't know.
If that's a subpar one, and he's
Like,
not. I mean, he's technically not the Vegeta we know. Like,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
not the Vegeta that's in most of the series. He just called him Vegeta because he's technically King Vegeta, what, the third?
yeah.
They have a long
So
history of someone named Vegeta.
they do. They love that name.
All right.
Um, I'm ready to move on to my favorite portion of the week.
The predictions.
Predictions. Let's go to match one. We got Cold versus Earth Defenders. Who
And
are these guys bringing in? Yeah, let me know.
Zarbon and
Hmm.
Mid-Q.
Oh, I love my boys at Cold. Miku's tough though. I don't know. I'm gonna say Cold,
Hmm?
but if ED wins, I won't be that surprised because Miku is very strong. Who do you got?
Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if either of these teams win because
Mm.
like AD has at least their wins, like they've had pretty dominant wins, but also Cold also. At least if Cold have Zarbon in, I actually wait. Who do they still need? Who do the both teams still need the bench? Let me
Mm.
check that real quick. Uh, sorry, but because my
That's okay.
my original my original one was going to be for probably Cold, but benches do kind of matter. All right,
Yeah.
so let's see. Enku, Mid Vegeta, and Mid Q still need a bench, but Mid Q has been benched already, or benched last week. So either it is going to be Super Saiyan Enku or Super Saiyan Mid Vegeta as their bench. And for Cold, either Final Form Cooler or Final Form Frieza or Mecha Frieza. So
Interesting. Okay.
I think that Cold is going to try to get as many wins as they can, so they might save Cooler's last bench for the final week.
Or they could see Cooler's performance and like who knows?
Yeah, but just seeing as how this is like one bad performance out of him out of for most of the season, and he's still kind of like a
True.
top 10 character.
True. True. And I suppose I will. Yeah, I'll stick with Cold then.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cold. Also primarily because out of the three Super Saiyans, Enku and Mid Vegeta have been doing better than Midku, so like
Oh, so true.
they're benching one of their better ones for a not so good one, but he still can be decently good. All right,
Comparatively, yeah.
moving on, we have GT and Bujins,
GT versus
and
Boojins.
I
You know
can
what?
Bujins will be bringing back in Le Kid Buu, and GT will
Mhm.
be bringing in Goku.
GT Goku. I'm
Uh,
gonna say GT. They're on a high right now.
I will say GT has to bench either Vegeta, Sin, or Baby Vegeta.
We got Baby
Bujins
and
have to
GT.
bench Gohan Buu, Evil Buu, or Majin Buu. So they basically
Yeah,
have to bench some of their top three characters.
best characters. I'm going GT. I think Grandpa Gohan is good, and GT Goku
Hmm.
has ults, which are good. And regardless if they have Sin or Baby or Sin or Vegeta and Vegeta, that format is probably stronger than what Boojins are kicking out right now. And GT have the momentum on their side, so I'm picking
I
GT.
hmm. I'm actually thinking about going with Bujins here
Mm-hmm.
because of just the fact that GT needs to bench when they're stronger three, and of course Bujins need to as well. But Bujins are also mostly high static characters for like when they first come in and not after they transform.
I guess I'm just looking at their weakest link, like Spoke versus
Spoke versus Grandpa would technically be the correct option
and
here.
like Grandpa's been performing phenomenally,
Yeah.
or Spoke not.
But you
That's
also
kind of where
you
I'm at.
also could consider Boojins maybe are going to be trying something different. Who knows?
Yeah, that's always a coin flip. But yeah, let's
But to
see.
be fair, this is also a coin flippy league.
True. Next match, you got RW versus Cinema. You know what? I'm not gonna be biased. Cinema, you'll probably win this match. RW's kind of in shambles right now. Early
Uh,
Goku's getting brought back in, which is a
I
good
can
character,
I
but
can
you
tell
know,
you what we're doing for next
sure,
week.
sure. I'll still
Uh,
pick you, but yeah.
I'm. I mean, yeah, just gotta do it.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
are
yeah.
benching Le Broly,
Mm-hmm.
and we are starting Fasha.
That makes sense.
What is it? And RW, they benched early Goku, which is one of their better characters. Oh, and this
Well, yeah,
oh,
he's coming
and
back
you
in.
might also be more unsure of picking Cinema with what I'm about to tell you. Since they benched early Goku literally last week, their benches are either Vegeta or Majin, two of their best characters.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that was not tripping. So
Yeah,
Cinema for sure. They're
and
probably
of
gonna win.
course I'll say my own team. Though I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be surprised if RW wins. Or well, I'd be a little bit surprised, but I wouldn't be unhappy because I do want to see them perform after having such a dominant season last season.
I'm neutral on RW.
Yeah. All right. So next is Royals
Royals
and
and
Kaiju.
Kaiju.
Uh,
Kaiju bringing
Hold on.
back in Turles.
Cam and Turles are coming back in, and I'm checking real quick. Royals need to bench Slug, Meta, or Majin Vegeta. Basically, their three best characters one more time. But even with one of those characters benched, they've proven they can. Kaiju needs to bench Bardock or Scouter since they just benched Turles.
Hmm. Who needs two benches?
No one needs two benches. This is going to be their last bench.
Well, there's three matches. How does that work?
Oh. I thought you meant I thought you meant two benches as in a character had two benches. No. Kaiju needs to bench either Scouter or Bardock because they literally benched Turles last week.
Okay. Yeah, that's
While
what I was.
while Royals can bench either Majin, Meta, or Slug.
I the safe bet is Kaiju.
I'd say
Yeah,
I'd actually say the safer bet is Royals here
you think?
because it's Scouter and Bardock that needs a bench. While Royals have
True,
one without either
but
other
Nappa
three
is
that
their
needs.
best character.
True. But you can also find a pretty weak link in Turles. Not saying he's a weak character, but considering what most of Royals' team consists of, Turles can be pretty much non-existent if he gets spammed out.
I, you
I
know
think
what?
I think this is going to be a 50-50 match, and I'm going to
Sure.
abstain for this one because I can't
Oh,
figure out some.
don't
I'm going.
be that guy.
My guy,
Oh
it
my,
it is
just
called
pick a.
It is called
I'm picking
predictions.
Kaiju. Just pick one.
Fine, I'm picking Rose, and it's not even
There
because
you go. It's not
it's
bad.
literally because I can't fucking decide.
Yeah, just pick one. It's fine. No one's holding you to the fire after. Next match, we got Androids versus Muscle. I'll give you a little hint. I'm picking me, obviously. We're benching Cell because
Hmm.
you gotta get that in before the divisional, and we're starting 17. He's gonna be getting his stuff in, and yeah, they're bringing in 13. They're gonna bench Raccoon or Garlic. That's
Uh,
fine.
let's see, Muscle. Yeah, they're either benching Raccoon or Garlic.
So it's gonna be the strongest version of Muscle, but I'm not that scared.
Either it's going to be the strongest or second strongest. I think.
Well, I just mean because they have 13 and Trunks in. That's why.
Wait, so who are you benching? Cell?
So yeah,
Actually, that is a pretty,
we have our divisional next
pretty,
week, so we kind of
pretty.
got to.
It's pretty tough actually, because you're benching Cell, who is like your either best or second best character. I'm thinking
Yeah,
he's your best since he hasn't underperformed since the AI change.
he is. He is our best.
Which, and Muscle will have their two best characters in.
Yeah, still in the
So
race.
I'm going to say Muscle just off of pure, just off of just the pure fact I think that they can catch you out, especially if Trunks and 13 have been doing what Trunks and 13 have been doing recently.
I think they're gonna get spammed down, and like once
Which is
once
fair.
once 17, yeah, once 17 takes out the lead, it's just kind of after that it's downhill because he's either gonna take out 13, Trunks, or who's the other one? Bojack.
Logic.
One of those three he's
I
taking
mean,
out.
but you also that's assuming if 17 does get a lead.
I'll put money on that he will.
I'm not gonna put money on it. I'm just going to say this is a kind of RNG based thing, so you never
I
know.
agree. I agree. But
All
those
right.
three, yeah, yeah.
Moving on, we have Derp and Rugrats, our first divisional of West Kai for this
I
week.
gotta give it to Derp. They have like 20 Zenny. They have like 80 million Zenny. I love Rugrats though. But I gotta give Derp.
Derp. I can actually check any totals. Yeah, Derp has 20 and Rugrats have 11, so they
Yeah.
have 9 more Zenny than.
Pretty gross. They give everybody like super
Rugrats. They need to. Ooh, that actually they're probably benching Cell Jr. for that.
They're for sure benching So Jr.
Uh, Derp needs to. I can't check because. Oh no, that's because they're locked in. So this is week 13 next week, right?
Yep.
Queez being benched.
That's about right. We is their weak link.
I was about to say, why are all Derp's benches filled? And I was like, oh wait, that's because they're
Yep.
locked
Bench that.
in.
Yep. Which they don't seem to mind. That's fair.
I can see this going to Derp, but boosts have sometimes proven to not help a character.
I think
I think the main
Hercule
factor
with the
is.
boost is
I think another
disgusting.
factor you have to determine is Gotenks going to be in?
He will, if he's in, they're probably gonna lose. So I'm gonna say no.
Which is fair.
And I'm gonna say it's so tough
It's so
because Derp have Hercule and he's
it.
100% gonna be in, and he
I
is
think it's
disgusting.
tough for divisionals primarily because you have boosts, especially with people who have like a character that can
Yeah.
fuse. Even though I doubt if they're going to use boost. I'm just wondering who's their starter going to be.
Aurelie or Goten or oh
I
wait, you mean Derp?
No, Rugrats.
Oh,
Because
Aurelie,
Derp
Goten.
can start either because Derp can start like Salazar or Supreme Kai.
Yeah, Derp. I mean, Aurelie, Goten, Frieza, if they really want to get weird. Yeah, one of those three. Goten's
Sure.
usually their lead starter, their main guy.
All right. Well, that's. I'm gonna have to say Derp just because of like how much Zenny they have,
Mm,
and
fair.
also I think they've brought matches closer than Rugrats have. Because I think Rugrats recently have been having like Aurelie and Goten and Trunks actually not do super well, at
They've
least
been
in
kind of
recent
struggling.
matches. Next we have Namek and Sentai, and before you even vote, I'm going to check real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Namek is also locked in. Week 13, early Piccolo is benched.
And Sentai have to bench either
And
Saiyaman.
and Sentai have to bench either Saiyaman, Saiyawoman, or Jace. Because Birder
Well,
has used his last bench this
Jason
last week.
Saiyawoman are the same.
Oh yeah, Jason Saiyawoman are same. They either have to bench Seiya. Oh no, they also have to bench Tao.
Yep, Tao,
So
Saiyawoman, or
Tao,
man.
Saiyawoman, or Saiyaman, and I
If
think
I'm a betting, oh, go
if
ahead.
and if I think if they're doing preparation for divisional, they bench Saiyaman, which is their arguable best character.
I'm gonna give it a Namek. This is literally their best squad, and this will be a Sentai without Saiyaman, who is one of their best, if not their best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Namek are gonna take this one, surprisingly. Which will suck for Sentai, because if everybody wins but them, that's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Uh,
you know.
I will have to say for Namek as well, just because if there was an opportunity for Namek to win, this would technically be the week, because
Mm-hmm.
you have your best lineup for one of these weeks. Well, arguable because of how King's been looking. Um, you have one of your arguable best lineups versus a lineup that could have two very weak links in Tao and Say Woman.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
So
not going to knock it off a Sentai if they do win. So
yeah, all right.
next
Coco and Namek.
is Hybrids and Budokai. And I'm not even going to list who hybrids are going to bring back in
Yeah.
because
Mm.
of what they just did, which was bench Ultimate on the FA bench.
They're bringing back in team though.
Yeah, they're confirmed. I mean, unless they put him on the FA bench,
Yeah, and
but that'd be weird.
Budokai bringing back in Kiku.
They're bringing back in Kid Ku, and I can check Budokai's benches real quick. Budokai are also locked in. They are confirmed benching Cyborg Tao next week.
Okay, so they're taking out his weak link. Okay, and hybrids are
Doing something.
well. Who do they need to bench still?
I have no fucking idea. I'm going to check though. So
Uh,
with them bringing in Kid, it's really fucking hard to
well,
tell.
just flop. Hold up, I'll help you. We just we swap Kid and Ult basically. Here, I'll look.
Yeah, and
I have that.
Ult still needed a bench, and Kid
Yeah,
also
so Kid
needed a
still
bench
needs a
because
bench.
Nam didn't have a bench yet. So technically,
Yeah, so they both
Kid
need a
slash
bench,
Ult need a bench. Teen
and then
needs a
Nom needs a
bench, and
bench.
then Nam needs a bench. I think they're
Yep.
benching Nam here.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a
I
Budokai. This is your strongest lineup, and
yeah
this is hybrids testing stuff. So,
yeah because they're already confirmed the bye week.
yep.
But I mean they did test stuff last week and they won, so versus an arguable good lineup.
Whoa, yeah. Their bench schedule
And
does look kind of weird. I'm
without
not
their
gonna
two
lie,
best
Destiny.
characters in.
Their benches do look weird, Destiny. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you just make Kid and Ultimate together, it makes more sense.
Yeah. I will say hybrids just because like yeah, they might be testing stuff, but for all we know their testing stuff could lead to a win.
True, but like we said for Namek, this would be the time for Budokai to win.
Mhm.
This is their strongest lineup. Hybrids, like, they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not impossible for them to win.
Mhm.
But yeah, I understand voting hybrids.
All right, and with that,
With that, we are wrapping up this capsule cast. Guys, make sure you comment down below. We actually will read them, I pinky swear. And join the
well,
Discord. We
we'll
love new people.
we'll read
Pick a team.
we'll read
Hmm?
them when we get to them.
Yes, we love new people. Join the Discord. You want to learn the rules, the teams, all that fun jazz. Join the website. Look at the website.
Mhm.
Follow us on Twitter to get updates and TikTok for shorts. They are very funny. We love to see you guys around.
And
And
actually, a few more
oh,
things. Don't forget to of course, if you like the video, comment, of course, subscribe if you want to, help support the channel, help make sure it grows so more people see it. And don't forget to click that notification bell if you want to be caught up on like whenever the stream is happening if you're not in the Discord. And also for those that are in the Discord, I think it was drowned out by how many people were talking. I did post that I will be looking for, or if people want to send me gifs of characters that they have on their team of the current roster for their season to use on this last slide that we are currently still on, then just, hit me up a DM with a hopefully downloadable GIF of from the show
Mhm.
primarily, and I will be using it in a future Capsule Cast. But with that,
All right. Uh, nice having you guys around. Hope to see you next week. Make sure you keep tuning in, and that'll be all from us. I've been your host, Anthony, and this has been my co-host. Oh man, Destiny,
au revoir.
and we will see you next week. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.